people might not know the power of internship as well. When you go in uni, don't expect them to teach everything. So what you learn in uni is you learn maybe 5 to 10%.
I even have a student probably saying that I have really good score in the degree. Now I should get the job as a developer. What do you say for those students?
I don't think that is true from my experience. I always think there are more smarter people than me.
Hey guys, Prem Acharya here. Welcome to the another episode of The Diary of a Developer. We have another diary coming from a software engineer who is currently working as a software engineer at 𝐓𝐡𝐞, and he has over 6 years of experience working in the software industry. Let's welcome Dishant 𝐓𝐡𝐞 today.
Thank
Dishant,
you.
welcome
Thanks,
to the
man.
show.
Thank you.
Would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, sure. So my name is Dishant 𝐓𝐡𝐞. I've been in Australia for nearly 10 years now. Where I have around 6 years of local experience, like you said, in Australia itself. I started my maybe a coding journey as an intern in 2018, and I have now completed nearly 6 years, mostly in front-end development. Currently working at 𝐓𝐴 as a front-end developer. Yeah, that's my technical journey, I would say.
Yeah, okay. Let's understand everything about your journey so
Yeah.
that everybody who has similar situation like you, similar personality like you, they can follow your footsteps to succeed in their career. So let's go all the way back, starting from when did you come to Australia?
Like I said, I came to Australia in 2014 as
okay.
as an undergraduate student. I actually did certificate 4 and diploma at TAFE.
In which field?
It was networking actually.
Oh, wow, okay.
And then went to do bachelor at Western Sydney University, so that was another 2 years on top of that. Got credit from TAFE, and then I didn't have any major because my mentality from the very beginning was to learn as much as possible, not like. So when I came here, I didn't have like this goal saying I want to become a software developer, I want to become a network, or I don't. But the thing I had in my mind,
IT engineer side of things, same thing I
yeah.
had. Yeah.
The thing I had in my mind was, okay, you have come here in Australia, spend that much of money, so at the end it should produce something. No, I just don't want to just come here and then just go through the uni, just pass out, and then not have any impact in my life. So that was my mentality from the very beginning. So for that reason, I always had this in my mind, and that was always my first priority on like whatever I did. For example, even when I was doing my assignment, or whenever even I was working anything apart from technical, like when I was in the beginning working at different hotels and stuff, the goal was, or the aim was, I have to land a job. So that was my mentality from the very beginning, 2014, and yeah.
So was that when you said job, would that be any job or
No,
technology
I mean
specific job?
technology specific. No.
So when did you realize that you wanna become technologist in the childhood? Was you always
So the way I think might be, maybe some people can relate or some can't, but I am always open to any kind of opportunities. Not specifically out, like specifically in the tech, I would say, from the very beginning, because when I came here to Australia,
before coming to Australia?
before-
What was your goal as a childhood? Like for me, I wanted to, like when I was very like I think 10 years old, I still remember saying I wanted to become an engineer at Microsoft.
Okay.
So computer engineer. I had no idea what comes under that computer engineer, but that was my kind of goal. I did not know there is a software side, there is an admin side, there is a networking side, and many more, right?
So I mean, when I was kid, I would say I didn't have like engineering mindset or goal.
Okay.
So the person I am is like whatever I study or whatever I come across, I try to do that, like give my 100%, and then I would say really versatile. So whatever comes, I would just take that as an opportunity and go forward and see if that adds anything to my life or what it will look like maybe 5 years down the line. So when I was kid, maybe doctor, when I had to write an essay, or maybe engineer when I had to like whatever.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that was very
All
normal
the
in our
normal in
culture.
our community.
Yes,
First thing,
yes.
if anybody
That
asks
was
you,
very
what do you want to
yeah.
become? Yeah.
And then when I actually because I did a CBSE board in Nepal, so not SLC, so CBSE board, I had to study at +2 when I did my engineering. I had to study computer science, which was C++ mostly.
Nice.
At that point, I realized, okay, this is like when I first started programming, actual programming. Before that, it was very basic, like HTML, simpler things. But when I actually start work, like did these kind of not courses, but the actual subject that we had to do, then I realized, okay, this is really cool.
This is what I want to do. Okay.
Yeah,
So this is kind of your first thought. Okay.
Yes.
This is where I want to build my
So
career
yeah,
up.
that was probably after 10, so +2, I would say.
Okay.
And then after that, I applied job. I mean, I came across here in Australia when I was 18. So like I said, I did networking at TAFE in the beginning. Even there, I gave my 100%. It was very good. I got, not bragging, but I got very good marks everywhere. Because whatever I'm learning, I used to give 100%. Doesn't matter if I like it or not.
True.
If this is my career goal, because what I think is, if I want to be a developer, if I had that mindset from the very beginning, I mean, it could have been gone it could have gone anywhere, I don't know. But if I had that mindset, then okay, if I got my visa and then it was in networking that I got my visa, I would have never spent even like maybe 20-30 minutes in a class.
Sure.
Because I was not, if I'm not interested, why would I?
True.
Then probably I go and work, skip classes, but that doesn't help you. So my mindset is like, whatever I'm doing, I do my 100%. Doesn't matter if it is networking or if it is web development or it's backend, so whatever. So that was my, but yeah, I would say when I was in year 11, that thought came.
Yeah.
But still, I was very open to
Okay.
anything.
So after completing your first study, it was, you're saying, the so diploma, was it? Diploma in
Certificate
networking?
4 in
Certificate.
certificate 4 and diploma, which was a 1.5 year course at TAFE.
Oh, okay, so you finished the diploma, and then what did you do? What that certification take you?
So the course I was doing was TAFE leading to Western Sydney University. So I
Okay.
had to go to university.
That's the bachelor.
Yes, that's the bachelor, which is around 2 years because I got these credit from the TAFE. So when I went to Western Sydney, then I had a lot of programming subjects in the beginning.
Nice.
And then when I started doing programming, I mean, I liked it. I mean, again, like I said, I was not just programming mentality. I would just do anything which is possible. So when I did programming, I felt really nice because, like, in programming you can get 100 out of 100. Like, and I think I even got few good, like, really near to 100 marks in the programming fundamental because I was doing C++ and I already had some experience. So then I thought, okay, maybe this is the way forward. And then like I used to have, it's not that I don't give my 100% in other subjects, but that was a bit, I mean, I would say.
It is one of the favorite subjects amongst
favorite,
all,
I would
because
say.
we always have that. Like
Yeah.
for example, for me, when I was in high school or school level,
Yeah.
math was my favorite subject always. Every single subject.
Yeah.
I wish if I had to do 10 different math, I would go for that. You know.
Okay.
But like that, and then in high school, computer science programming came.
Yeah.
And then always that led me to where I am today, I guess.
Yeah.
So
100%.
so same case for you. So you start loving coding.
Yes.
Like when I say in general conversation, if I meet general people who is not in from the tech background and they say, why did you become software engineer or how did you become software engineer? And I said, I love coding. When I say I love coding, they freak out.
Yeah.
Or you like, I don't know how to say it.
They have this mentality like
So-
coding people are always on the computer.
And like a
They don't-
nerd. And
yeah,
then,
they don't have life.
yeah, and also it's extremely hard.
Yeah.
That's sort of what you call the feedback you get from people. And sometimes I have like this experience as well. So whenever you go to, like shopping or meeting other people in general gathering, they ask you, what do you do? And then when you say software engineer, and they say, oh, you are the smart one.
Yeah,
Have you ever experienced that?
I hear that a lot as well.
Yeah, it happens to me
Yeah,
a lot.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, nothing is easy. Even if you
course.
do network, like if you're a network administrator or you're doing anything related, everything is hard, right?
True.
It's like you have to put effort in everything. So whenever, like you said, whenever I hear that as well, like you're the smart, I'm like, oh, yeah, I mean, you are smart as well.
Yeah.
Everyone is smart, right?
Exactly. I think it's just
like,
about the passion what you
yes,
put in.
that's correct. So, yeah, I hear that a lot as well.
Yeah, and okay, so after you finish your degree,
Mm-hmm.
so how did you start planning? So of course, once you spend like thousands of dollars on your degree,
Yes.
of course you don't want to just do the degree and then maybe for a PR and leave it.
Yeah, exactly.
Definitely have plan for
Yes.
working as a
Yes.
developer or software engineer. So at that time, what were you working as?
Before getting into
Tech.
this tech, I was working at Hungry Jack. So when I came here in 2014, that's the first job I got.
Okay.
I worked there for around 4 or 5 years. So crew trainer and then manager. I worked there as a manager for a few years.
Mm-hmm.
Then I was doing PY, which is
Mhm.
professional year.
Mm-hmm.
So there we obviously got to know a lot of people. We saw a lot of people who were already working in a tech company.
Mm.
So they were doing PY just for points, but they already had this job. So
Mm.
whenever we were hearing like how our mentality or our curiosity used to be like, what do you guys do when you are in tech company? How do you work? You know, because
Exactly.
we never had this experience of how we will have tickets, how the story points are there in the tickets, how you work on a feature.
Exactly.
Because in the mindset when you are before, like when you have never seen that, it's like really
You
vague.
cannot think.
Yeah, it's
You
like
cannot imagine. That's a
yes,
different world.
exactly. So that used to be there, and then when we saw these kind of people who inspired us,
Mm.
because okay, if there are people who can find a job who are already finding a job, why not us?
True.
Because what's wrong with us? We
True.
have spent this much money,
Mm.
we have gained foreign experience. I mean, university experience.
Mm.
So, I mean, anyone can do it. That's
True.
what my mentality is. If you think, and also I think we were talking about this before as well, the group of circle is very important as well. You need people who can motivate you.
Mm.
If people are there to demotivate you, it's very, like when you are 18 years old, when you're 19, it's very easy to lose track. It's very easy to, like, you know, get frustrated, very easy to give up.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So, let's say if you didn't have meet those people, if
Yeah.
you were not in the environment where the other engineer were around you, do you think your mindset would have been the same level pursuing your career?
Frankly speaking, for me, maybe not as well.
I think it's to everybody. That's what
Yes,
I,
to
I
some
wanted to
extent.
like specify this part because
Yeah.
I was told, like I heard this all the time. Tell me your 5 friend, I'll tell your future.
Yeah,
You know?
I've seen
So
this.
you are the average of that 5 friend you are hanging with. When you say you're hanging with, it's not literally going together. It could be whom you are listening to,
Yeah.
whom you are watching, right? What book you are reading to, and
Yeah.
then whom you are talking. It could be anybody, right?
Exactly.
So because maybe you go to the day-to-day work time there, you get to meet them every day. Your curiosity increasing higher and higher and higher,
Yeah.
and that is now occupying some area of your mind and brain and saying, okay, I need to go inside this more and I need to find the path to get in there as well.
Yeah.
Because you're already working there as a manager,
Yeah.
probably you would have a good pay as well.
Yeah.
So why do you wanted to go to tech?
So like I said, I mean, I didn't come here to spend that much money studying a degree, and I mean, no offense, like manager's good job as well, for depends on what skill you have in the beginning, right? If you're studying something, which then you have to, I think, make full use of it.
Mm.
And so, like I said, the journey was I got into PY, and then they actually send you for internships.
Mm-hmm.
So at that internship moment, I have this clear goal. I have to go and find an internship where there is a chance for me to get a job after that. Not
Yeah.
just in a sec, like I'll get internship, go.
Just to name of
yeah,
an internship.
just get like, I'll just go one day and then, you know, just do my other work, earn money. That wasn't my goal. So I used to go, then I went to give interview in 2 places actually. So both of them went pretty well. The good thing about the company I selected was they told me in the beginning itself, like, if you do good, there's a chance for you.
There you
So
go.
then then your goal should be you give maybe 200% now.
This is the
Then
opportunity.
yeah, there's the opportunity. If you find opportunity, you have to take it. Like, it doesn't matter if you, then for example, you might have to give some other job or earn a bit less because you have to go 3 days full time. Even I used to even go like few extra days just so that I can learn more, because like the thing that they teach in uni is like base level for every unit, right? So if you are learning web development, they'll teach you very base level. So it's up to you to either you add more value by studying yourself, or even if you get an internship, you give you 100% try to learn from other people, because people that are already experienced. So you can get to know and learn more from there. Then I did my internship for 3 months, and luckily, not luckily, because I gave my 100%, more than 100%.
Your hard work paid off.
Because I used to, like I said, I used to obviously start 9, and even there I used to stay like till 6, 7.
Wow.
People usually like, and there were other people as well who came, who did internship. Most of them didn't used to show up, or they came and then went during lunch. They don't care.
They just wanted
Yeah,
to
finish that, to
tick
get that,
that, okay.
5 points. Okay, then that's in my PR application. That's it. But 10 years down the path, then you'll see a difference. At the beginning, you
Exactly.
don't see, like you shouldn't think very temporary. You should at least have your goal for next 5, 10 years. Okay, where do you want to land?
Very true.
Yeah, that's what my mentality was, and group of friends that I had. So I have, from university, we have 5 friends, right? They were very good friends. We always used to like study together. So all 5 of us already have landed a job. So one front end, back end, network, across all the fields.
In the tech
Yes,
industry
in the
still,
tech
yeah.
industry, I would say. So like you said, and like we discussed, I think the group of friends is very important as well, because if you are demotivated, maybe I can motivate you, you know, and then we can go in a path together. Doesn't mean that you have to have it, but that plays a vital role as well. Yeah,
True.
and then yeah, go ahead.
So yeah. So basically, you kind of give your hard work on
Yes,
learning.
yes.
So from, like, let's say now, when you go to get the internship, like the technology they were using,
Yeah.
were you already familiar with that, or how did you manage to do day-to-day work in there?
Basic stuff like HTML, CSS, I was. It was like the first internship I got was building websites for you know, these motor, so car websites.
Oh,
So
okay,
dealer
yeah.
website. So they used to create all these websites for different dealers, different suppliers. So it was mostly, I would say, front end that we had to work on. So it was HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. So we had basic understanding from university, like HTML, CSS. Even if you get, like, you get this experience from school as well a little bit. But again, it's very different from what you learn in uni
University.
and what you actually do at work.
I even have a student saying that, like, it's this mindset probably saying that I have a degree,
Yeah.
like I have really good score in the degree. Now I should get the job as a developer. What do you say for those students?
I don't think that is true from my experience and what I think. Because even I had a very good marks in,
Degree.
like I had, not bragging again, I had did merit list 2015, 16, 17, 3 years straight.
Good on you.
But doesn't mean that, okay, I have this degree, I'll go anywhere and I'll get a job.
No.
That mentality is very, very bad for you as well. Because what that does is, that will create an illusion in your head that you are, okay, you'll get it anyhow, you don't need to put effort. But it doesn't work that way. Because even, like, if I take an example, whenever I go and find a job still, I always think there are more smarter people than me.
Of course.
There are. Like, you can't
Of course,
deny the
there's
fact.
always
There's
better
people are
than-
so smart nowadays, like in the tech industry, at least what I see. So to answer your question, I think that's not correct. You have to put in your effort. So what you learn in uni is you learn maybe 5 to 10%.
True.
90%, maybe you can build another 10, 20% doing your own side projects, then building interest. And when you actually land an internship or a job, then you have to give your 100, 200%.
True.
And I think most of the people do. Then only thing is you have to have a very clear mindset and what you want to achieve.
Hey guys, quickly popping up to ask you some favor. If you haven't already, can you please subscribe this channel and then help me spread this message to more aspiring developers. Thank you. And they're ready to put extra
Yes,
time
you have
and
to.
effort.
It doesn't work otherwise. I think like
Yeah, especially in the tech, especially in
yes.
the, like now tech has a many different areas, software area, the hardware, and then the admin side. But especially talking to the as a software engineer,
Yeah.
if somebody wants to go in the software engineer line, even now, like a lot of company, if we look into the global scope, almost 40% engineer are not degree holder in.
Yeah.
So that means company are not looking for degree anymore. There are some company, of course, if two resume goes with the equal strength,
Yeah.
maybe they'll pick up someone with a degree.
Mm.
But if one resume has a very high score degree
Yeah.
and another resume shows a very high level of skills building complex project,
Yeah.
of course,
They
if
will.
I'm a project owner or company, I want somebody who can do the work from day one.
Exactly.
I don't want to hire somebody and babysit for 3 months and then maybe they can contribute, right?
So this reminded me. I was talking to my boss as well. It's like I was trying to understand. So I asked him like, if you get a resume, what's the first thing you look at? So if they are looking for a job, it was mostly they are looking for experience first, or internship, or what kind of side projects you have done. And if there are nothing, like if they don't have anything, then they go to degree. That's the second priority.
Secondary. Okay, yeah.
So degree wise, I mean, even nowadays is very different to what it used to be. I think in our time, back then it was very hard to even find a simple answer, right? So if you want to write, so example, a regex, you have to go and Stack Overflow, a lot of things. Now it's very easy because of like AI and all the stuff, you can utilize it, but you need to understand and you need to know how to use it. So I think degree could matter, but it's the other like open source programming and these kind of stuff. If you want to get in the software industry,
You need to make your hands
you
dirty.
have to.
Yeah, and there is a level,
Yes.
like which level you want to learn.
Yes.
So university, maybe as you said before, teach you 5 to 10%.
Yes.
Now that will not give you job. Anybody, kids like a teenager can learn that
Yeah,
from YouTube
yeah,
nowadays. Yeah.
People are so smart nowadays.
Yeah. True.
Like when they are like in year 10, they are already more qualified than like even software
Yeah, they make
engineers.
us same at some age. And then now, I think what students need to understand is, this is what I tell our students all the time.
Yeah.
So we have different sets of skill level. You have, let's say, transferable skill, you have a basic level skill, and you have a expertise. Transferable, basic, and expertise. So how I like to put, if I wanted to hire somebody, I want to see where are their skill sets comes under. So if you have a, let's say, transferable skill is, that's how I put it. Let's say if you know about some technology around 10%,
Yeah.
or some theory or principle how that technology works, that means you have transferable skill. That means if you have to adapt that skills, you can go and then you already know how that technology works under
Yeah.
the hood in theory level, and you already know the documentation, you have gone through it, so you can adapt it quickly. That's the transferable skill.
Yeah.
Another one is the basic level skill. Basic level skill means that if you ask to build some project, given that technology, you can build it, but you need to spend like 70 or 80% time Googling around to find the right syntax to build the logic. So that's your basic level skill. And now the expertise means, if I ask you to build some project using some technology, you should not spend more than 10% of your time to Googling how to use that. Again, as a software engineer, we always need to Google it.
Exactly.
So that's part of the fit. Even it should be your one of the top skill level,
Yes.
right? So now you need to think, I think students need to think that whatever skill set they have, see what that comes under. Is that transferable skill, basic skill, or expertise? And if somebody advertising job saying they want XYZ skills, they need to see, does that fit in my that expertise?
Yeah.
Or the basic or transferable. So now, unless and until you have that expertise in some of the skills, you won't be able to really pass that technical test,
Yes.
right? So
I mean, you might get like one stage interview, which
Yeah.
is like normal basic talking.
True.
But when it comes to technical, when you have to do live coding with a developer,
Exactly.
then like if you don't have a skill, it's very hard.
You cannot fake that
It's
part.
like-
You can fake the
yeah,
resume, you can
yeah.
fake the LinkedIn,
Yeah.
you can fake communication.
Yes.
But when you have to code in front of them or explain the technical part, and that's where the problem gonna comes.
Yes. But having said that, I think soft skills are very important as well.
Yeah,
Like,
that's the way to
yes,
communicate
yeah,
out. Like, if no matter how genius you
yeah.
are,
If
unless you can communicate
yeah,
to me, I don't know, right?
there's no point, right? Like if you can't even talk, like if you don't even know how to talk to people properly, if you don't know how to conduct a meeting, like very simple communication, these
In
kind of stuff.
professional manner.
Yes, and these you can learn in every day. Like, for example, in my case, even if I was working in 𝐃𝐞𝐃𝐲𝐃𝐈, I used to have, like, you try to get as much skill as possible. Communication, you can talk to people, how to talk to people. There's different ways you need to, because these are all again used in like software tech sector, because
Pretty much everywhere is
everywhere,
required,
right?
yeah.
Like this is very important as well. So I wouldn't say you shouldn't neglect that as well.
No.
But again, if you are doing live tests, like live coding, there's no way you can pass if you don't have skill. Right?
So this is basically, this is the framework I have for student, you know,
Yeah.
or mindset. This is how I like to always tell student, hey guys, this is the fact. So knowing that technical skill is basically your key to the job market.
Yes.
Let's say there is a compound which has a big padlock.
Yeah.
Now the compound is full of job there. So if you need to get that job, first you need to open the door. So you need the key.
Yes.
Your technical skill is the key
Key.
to the
Yeah,
job market.
main
Now
key.
your door open. Now there are like hundreds of job opening. Now you need to sell yourself.
Yes.
That's where the communication skill matters.
Exactly.
To get the job, to retain the job, that is the another,
Yeah.
like you can, this is like has to go, I think, parallel. You cannot
Has to.
segregate them. You need a communication skill to bring your actually skill out.
Yes. And yeah. And like you said, it has to go parallel. Like if you are just good in one thing, if you are, like you said, if you are very good at coding, if you can't communicate,
They don't
you
know
won't fit in a team. Even if I go, there's no point, right? Like how will you work with, because when you land a job in a software development company, you won't be working alone.
Never,
You'll
yeah.
work in a team.
Yeah.
You need to communicate, you need to talk to, like if you're front end, talk to back end people, project managers, everyone. And you need to be always like in a loop. So that is a very important skill as well.
And I want to just also point out this thing is that when it's saying communication skill, a lot of students, they think about their English pronunciation and then fluency. That is one thing, but I think more is about professional communication, effective communication, right? There is a lot of method you need to follow
Exactly.
on communication. I think that is something important as well.
Yeah, that I think people need to improve.
Yeah.
Like if you're in a workplace, doesn't, like if you want to ask something, it's like you can't just say, hey,
Is the
what
thing,
is
tell
this?
me.
Like you can't
Exactly.
you can't say that. You
Yeah,
need to
it's
build,
not about the English speaking. That's what I'm clearly
you need
that,
to build that relation first before talking to someone. Okay, how are you today? These kind of, this very normal thing you need to adopt.
So basically, you have that passion on the programming in the tech industry, and then even though you are working in the 𝐃𝐞𝐃𝐲𝐃𝐈, you are already working as a manager, but your passion, you could go there, you could make a lot of money, but that was not what you're looking for in
That
long
was not
life.
my goal.
Long goal,
not
yeah.
goal plus, like I said in the beginning, if I had to do that, I would study like hotel management or something.
True.
Right? Why would I want to do IT?
And then go
then
to there.
yeah, there's no point.
And then because of your circle, so you
Yes.
build your curiosity,
Yeah.
and you learn yourself, self-practice, and then you found the internship that happened to be good one, and
Yeah.
then from there you transit your
Yes.
career, right?
So yeah, then I got this internship, worked like 3 months of unpaid. So I had to obviously sacrifice 3 days of work, other job, which was giving money, but that wasn't my priority. People might not know the power of internship as well.
Yeah, I was going to ask you. A lot of students, they think that internship is, they don't want to work for free for somebody.
Yes.
And there's a big debate because saying, should internship be paid, should internship be unpaid? And some students even say that I don't want to do free internship.
Yeah.
What do you suggest
So
to
if
them?
I go back, like maybe like 5-6 years, I would still choose, even if it was unpaid, I'll still do it. Even if I have like, even if I think now, because if you're that choosy, if you're too rich, then you don't care, then that's fine. But you have to take opportunity. You have to take chances in life, right? Even though it's unpaid, you are gaining the skill which will add value to you in next 1 to 2 years. So you have to, like, that is very important. I mean, debate-wise, obviously it's good if it is paid,
Yeah.
but doesn't work what we think. Like it doesn't work that way, right? You
Mm.
have to just take on whatever you get as an opportunity.
True. So I think, yeah, that's this is how I think as well. So should internships be paid, unpaid? Well, it depends.
Yes.
If company is making money out of you, yes, that should be paid. But are you producing
Something that
some value for the
Yeah.
company? That company making
Yes.
money out of that?
Because as soon as you go internship, it's not just you're working for free. They are giving you resources for free as well,
Exactly.
right?
Think about somebody
Yes.
is there
Yeah.
whose hourly rate is 50, 60 or $100
Yeah.
is giving time.
Yes,
Yeah.
to maybe peer programming with you. They're giving, for example, you're using the resources, you're using the laptop, whatever these
And
kind
their
of
mentor
yes.
advice
Yes.
again.
Even
So,
if like one senior developer is spending 1 hour with you a day,
yeah,
you are already being invested. That's the point, right?
exactly.
I think people shouldn't be that choosy.
Mm,
It is good if you get paid,
yes,
but I would still go for unpaid if I get
yeah,
one. Yeah.
true. Or find the training which gives you exactly same experience
Yes,
of
yes,
everything.
yes.
So either way, you have to pay by either time.
Yeah.
They call it sweat equity or pay your currency.
Yeah.
Right? Gain that, and then that will pay you 10 times, 20 times in the lifetime.
Yes, that's the thing. I think special student, they see very short term, temporary wise, which is like if you are for even like very normal thing, if you go exercise every day, that
Yeah.
will add up in like you won't see results in one day, right?
No.
Same like like if you are doing unpaid internship, don't like 3 months pay, even if you're like 3 months unpaid, that will add a lot of money, lot of value, lot of financial progression. Your
Freedom, your time
yes,
wise.
in the future.
Mm.
So you have to be very positive mindset and then just look forward.
Okay.
It doesn't mean that it will work out, but
But it will definitely add
Add
some
value,
value.
yes.
Yeah. And again, like as I said, like it's your example.
Yeah.
Like going to gym, the snaps.
Yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah.
you can go to gym and take a photo and then upload
Yeah,
in
it
your
doesn't
snap.
work. And like
versus you go lift metal.
Yeah.
Right. Same way when you go to internship, like you versus other intern
Yeah.
working on the same company, you don't just go there to take an internship and then
Exactly.
get the certificate or the reference. Go there to learn. So do so much so that you produce more value than actual paid employee
Yes.
there, right?
And if you put in effort, it's not hard thing, right? The only thing
Exactly.
is you have to put in effort.
You already have that time block
Yes,
set for
yes.
that part only.
So why don't
And-
you utilize it,
Exactly.
like fully utilize it? If you are already spending 8 hours there,
Yeah.
if
So
you-
why not just give a
If you
focus?
just want to go on YouTube, like just watch videos, there's no point. Just stay at home, like that's
Yeah.
the mentality, right?
Mm.
I think that's very important.
So
because-
okay. So one more thing. So if you can go back again, I want to come back to the other point as well.
okay.
If you can go back and then have to start your journey to tech industry, at any point, if you could go back, what would you do differently?
So when I was at uni,
Mm-hmm.
probably if I had better guidance, which was rare at that time because we didn't have any any guidance
Or
by
any program,
yeah,
yeah.
or even people to look up to. I mean, there were always, but limited, I would say. Now there you have more opportunities, but I would probably spend more time building skills that I was more interested in, rather than maybe just trying to earn a bit of more money doing something else, or spending, like I would at least spend maybe few hours a day to build the skill. And yeah, in that case, I would have probably gotten job before doing internship as well. That was that would have been very much possible.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it
is.
would, right, easily.
It is, yeah.
And then the journey of 6 years would have been 8 years, like
Exactly.
and then everything would have progressed faster.
Faster.
But at that point, we didn't have someone to guide us. At that point, we were our own guidance. Just one thing, like we have to do it, but
How,
yeah,
where,
how we
what,
don't know.
all the unknown variables.
Yes. So those kind of things are very important, and that will help you a lot. And we shouldn't underestimate those kind of things.
Yeah.
Yeah, like we when we look at it, I think it's very very common human behavior.
Mhm.
When we look at things, we look at very small temporary things, but we don't see what it can provide in the future.
Yeah, the trajectory.
Yes.
I think they said this is a lot of time.
Mm.
What people missing is that they need to see the trajectory. Like we learn math.
Yeah.
Yeah, in school, but we never utilize it. I
Exactly.
think this is maybe good practice for everybody who is now watching us. Create your bar graph.
Yes.
Yeah, and then make a dot, make a dot, make a dot, and then make a line, and then just try to shift that by 2 degree up. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then see the trajectory after X amount of year, how much different it's gonna be.
Exactly.
From you here, you go there, and of course to go there, you need to of course change your behavior, change your mindset, put extra work on something
Yeah.
that matters more. Right? You keep adding, adding all the way, so that
Yeah.
as you said, do something you need to do to survive now. Also do something that will bring something great value in the future.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, even now, like whenever I meet younger people, like younger, I would say brothers, like who I see, I always try to say them, if if you're studying IT, if you are studying IT and working, for example, in a hospitality sector for now, which is like a physical work that you are doing. So your mindset should be, if you are studying, if you're interested, go for it. Like spend some time building your skill. Don't just go after money, temporary money. Don't do that. And it's not that hard. Like if you are committed, if you are eager to learn, you will get there. I always say that, like I always try to inspire, but it doesn't work out for everyone, because if I say this thing today, within few days, someone would again forget, because it's not
the
like
drive. They don't have a passion.
yes.
They don't have drive, and importantly, they don't see themselves there
Yes,
already.
yes.
They need to envision. Okay, in given time, next 1 year or 2 year, I want to be where that person is.
Yeah.
So if you want to be that person in 1 to 2 years, then you need to ask that person,
Yes.
what did you do to go there?
Yeah, so
And then exactly follow that, right?
In that example, because my journey is very similar to all the new people, like new students who are coming.
Yeah, all the international
and they can,
students.
they can relate.
True.
So at that point, I really find it valuable if I can add some motivation for them, because I always want everyone to succeed, and our community especially.
Of course.
To,
We want to help them.
Yeah,
too.
obviously, it is possible. Don't have like a very small dream here. I would say just come here, earn money, but you have to look at it like career-wise, as well as in a long run as well, what you want to achieve. So yeah, that is very
Okay,
important.
so I want to a little bit just go back to the learning perspective. So let's put this. So for the importance of the mentor, I just want to emphasize that part. So let's say, since you write your very first line of code,
Yeah.
until your first paid job, how long did it take?
My own code, or you want to like university?
No,
like-
it doesn't matter. So because when you start writing your first code,
Yeah, so I think
because
that was
students
like-
have like they want job in 3 months.
Yeah.
I want that clarity here. So,
So,
saying it's possible. I'll tell you another story later. But reality is, I haven't seen anybody who got the job, except one of my students. I'll explain that later. Have got job within 1 to 2 years time since they write the code. So what's your case?
I mean, when I first wrote code, probably it was in year 11, right?
yeah, 11.
So
Yeah.
then I think I was how old I was maybe 16.
Okay.
I
16.
got my job when I was maybe 21, 22.
Okay, 16,
Well,
21,
5
25.
years, yeah.
So you say 5 year, you continuously you
yeah,
keep growing,
yeah,
keep
exactly.
growing. Now, my question here is that if you had a mentor,
Yeah.
which is something like you today,
Yeah.
and then you met him in that age, 16, and if he has given you advice, hey kid, whatever you are doing is great.
Yeah.
Now this is what exactly you need to do. Start doing this from now. Build foundation skills of software engineering. Start building projects.
Yeah.
Here is the resources. Go learn and do these XYZ things. If he had given you
That
the
information.
roadmap, at the age of 16,
16.
yeah,
Maybe I would have been working in Nepal as a developer.
yeah. So
Would
maybe
have, right?
17 or 18 you have been working.
Because-
so can we just safely say that if you have a right mentor, and right guidance, you can save half of the life on that.
Yeah,
finding job.
100%. Even more than that probably.
Exactly.
Because like we are as international students so much occupied with so many things. We don't have a lot of time to spend on things to figure out what we should be learning. Because okay, if I say, okay, if you are a new student, okay, you want to land a job in software development, you don't know what, if you don't have experience,
True.
you don't know where to start from. Either you start from HTML, you start from this, and then you start a little bit, then you feel, okay, it's too draining, that's it.
Yeah.
You don't know the path, right? It's
True.
not that easy. And
No.
if you will go look at internet, you will see like 100 different things. You don't know
Very
which
true.
to.
Exactly.
Yeah, if you see someone who has already gone through that path,
Yeah.
then you can see it is very much possible, and that person who has gone through that knows what kind of things you should avoid and what kind of things you should do, right?
Focus, yeah.
And then that
That's
will
the
be
power
very,
of the
very
mentorship.
helpful.
And then
Yeah.
that's the whole reason I started even Dental in
Yes,
first place, you know.
yes.
Because I remember my struggle, how hard it was for me to get the job.
Yeah.
Yeah. I actually created the job, that's another long story.
Yeah, yeah.
But it was not easy. It was process of years.
I think nothing is easy, right? You
Exactly.
have to work for it and you have to earn it.
Exactly.
You have to put your effort in everything. Doesn't mean, okay, even if I do a boot camp, doesn't mean I'll get a job straight away.
No,
right?
you have to put the work.
You have to put work.
And
you
then
have to.
you need to follow the mentor.
Yes,
Listen to the
yes,
mentor and
exactly.
follow it.
And have faith as well.
That's
Because
always
this
the-
job
yeah.
market is never going to be like stable. It could be, could be like thousands of jobs this year. Next year it could go down to 100.
Yeah.
But you need to have that faith and clear vision that what you want to do and how is it achievable, and work on it every
Exactly.
day.
Never stop.
Yeah, never give
stop.
up. Give up as well. Yeah.
And then I have never seen, like, at the point I wanted to come back before. I have, like, every developer I met,
Yeah.
somehow the day they're writing single line of code to the amount of time they had to go through until they get the job is like insanely long, like 1 year, 2 year, 5 years, 6 years. But if you are doing the same thing for 6 years, you better do it in 2 years,
Yeah.
right?
Of
If you
course.
can.
Yeah.
So, but how can you do? That's the mentor. The reason I was pointing this out is that I had one student, that was like 2 years ago, I guess, maybe.
Okay.
And he just joined bootcamp to get help for his university assignment.
Okay.
So he joined bootcamp before joining the university. And then he loved coding so much. And he used to practice 7, 8, 9 hours a day. International student, studying in the university,
Yeah.
working, everybody have the same thing, They have to look after their bill, fee,
Everything, yeah.
everything. But he found the time to do 7, 8 hours a day practicing it. Guess what? In 3 months, he got internship.
Yeah.
And then we helped him with all the preparation. He got that into the internship. And he put so much effort in the internship that he did better than the actual employee.
Yeah. Exactly. I mean, you
And
have to
then,
put effort. Doesn't work.
Next 3 months, he got the job.
Yeah.
So he literally got the job in 3 to 4 months since he started intensively practicing and following the mentorship.
Yeah.
It's possible.
Yeah, it is.
But the cost, how much he paid practicing that 9 hour, 8 hour in front of the computer.
Yeah.
I don't know how many hours he slept.
Yeah.
Did he even eat properly?
Yeah.
But nobody gonna say that.
Yeah,
But
no.
if anybody willing to put that much effort and under some mentorship, anybody can achieve the
Exactly.
result.
Doesn't need to be like you don't have to put 9 hours, right? At least you have to put something in
Every
so
day,
that
yeah.
every day, because skills, maybe for me it might take, to learn something it might take 1 month. For you it might take 10 days, right?
Exactly.
Depends
It's
on
a
people.
difference.
Yeah.
Everybody have a different
And
learning
then
ability.
accordingly you might have to put extra time. Accordingly you might put, if you, for example, if I don't know anything, and if I work hard, like do coding for maybe 2 months, and if you know a bit but you don't do anything, I'll probably be ahead of you.
Exactly.
Because
Of course.
with this tech industry, everything's changing every day.
Changing
right?
every day. I still learn every
Yeah.
day. I have my learning hours every
Yes,
day.
exactly.
Even
So-
after almost 20 years of coding. Actually, not almost, more than 20 years now. Yeah. So, okay, now I want to say, when it comes to learning, everybody have a challenge learning.
Yeah.
What's your main challenge learning? Like, let's think about the student's perspective who is currently studying or who wants to switch the career.
Yeah.
Learning is never easy, right? So I want to know what was your challenge learning new technology, and how did you handle it? How did you overcome that?
At university, I think everything will be a challenge because you're so new to everything.
Mm-hmm.
Like you are learning new programming languages you have never heard before, but you have to learn. So you have to put in effort, like I said. Maybe you sleep like 1-2 hours a day just to finish assignment, or not just to finish assignment. If you are getting some value out of it as well, right? You need to understand something which you can probably utilize it later. That was in university. At work, again, that's a completely different story. Whatever you learn at uni is like base level you learn. Maybe boot camp is more, you learn more stuff there, but when you get a job in a tech, then you have again learning curve again goes to next level, right?
Sure.
So challenges is, I think, keep your head up. You have already landed a job, or if you are an internship, you have already done, you have already reached here. So why not put more effort just to, because it is going to pay off later in a lifetime.
Yeah, true. So basically, for you, like,
So
if you have any challenge like this, you put more time and more focus.
yes, because I'm not a kind of person who can pick things up really quickly.
Me either.
Yeah. So what I do is, for example, like when I first got into this tech industry, I used to, like everybody used to finish at 5 and leave, but I used to stay till 8, 9 just to understand what code is in the project, what I can learn, or do even like whatever I've learned, utilize in my side project, just do it. Because if you do something by your own, then it's easy to understand. When you, like you said, when you make your hands dirty, then you get those more, like you learn it in a practical way.
Yeah, that's a better way.
Yeah, and then probably, I don't know, maybe talk to your colleagues, try to, like, this is the thing, we didn't have mentor, but there are like senior colleagues that you have who can show you a path. Okay, do this will be helpful, do this, and you have to believe in them and just work on it. So learning curve or challenges were there in university as well as in job. Even now, you'll like learning curve is always there, but you need to be like, okay, I'll do it, spend time, maybe more effort than anyone else in the room. And I think you should have that very, very strong mindset.
Yeah, okay, that's very point. So just to recap, anybody who have challenge learning, which pretty much for everybody has that learning challenge, just put a strong mindset, put extra hour. For me, if I have any challenge learning on anything, especially what I do more is pen and paper to write it down, make a flow, make a boxes. I draw so much. I have like even whiteboard. I have my whiteboard on the table. As you have seen it, I have whiteboard everywhere. So, and it will help me to connect problem more with my brain. And then I put like, even if I have to stay like 3 days up straight away, I can do that.
I think this is the thing.
That's the mindset I have.
Yeah, this is the thing, right? Like these kind of things may vary from person to person. You need to understand, because everyone is different.
True.
But you need to understand your like weakness and strength, and then you have to work on it.
Yes, very true.
For example, some people might be like you, some people might be like me. But if you can understand and you know what is your strength, how you can do it, that can help you out.
Leverage that.
Yes. And that probably, like you said, if I had mentored, he or she would have figured it out already.
Yeah, exactly.
This is your point, you have to follow this.
They will definitely, because mentor has already gone through that path.
Yeah, exactly.
Especially in software industry, the path is very, very similar. There's not much different.
Yeah.
Okay, so I want to change the topics a little bit. So now, especially again, because this podcast is all about helping aspiring software developer to get inspired from the story that is coming from directly expertise, right?
Yeah.
And then this is the new trend going on now, AI, right? Which is very hot trend.
Yeah.
And then now a lot of students who actually haven't built a career on the software industry, they are afraid of AI replacing the developer role. So I would like to ask this question to every single developer I met, and especially on this podcast, to give the reality of what you do day-to-day life. How much has it been already replaced to you, or will it replace because it's again every developer's mindset. But if we have 100 sub-developer giving some answer, we can somehow find out the average answer
Yeah.
and then see it is really happening or not. So in your opinion, what do you think's developer been replaced by AI?
For me personally, I don't think it will replace anytime soon, because if you go like, okay, if you are building a simple website, then it might be. But when you are actually working in a company, the projects are not that simple like you think, right? It's not like one-page application. Doesn't, okay, give
Just
this
a
code,
static application and
give
then
this
just
code
show.
and give me this. Doesn't work that way. It's like so complex. Even we get confused.
After working years. Yeah.
So it's not that easy. I mean, it is a very trending and hard topic to comment on. But I think you need to use that for your own advantage. You need to understand what kind of or what kind of thing you can get out from it, like get from it and utilize it in your everyday life. Like even for me in software programming, before, for example, I had to filter an array or these kind of things. I don't need to do it. Like AI will do
Yeah,
it.
like for example.
Yeah, you don't need to keep everything in mind. Like don't need to learn by heart anymore. Before it used to be go and Stack Overflow. Now just give it and then.
Yeah.
But it saves time for you.
Leverage it.
Yes. So if you are
Don't afraid of it, leverage it.
if you are, for example, taking 5 hours to complete one ticket, it might be 3 hours now, because it is helping, and it is helping the company as well. So those, I think, to answer your question, I don't see it now, but you have to utilize it.
And then
to your
learn to
fullest.
utilize it,
Yes.
stay ahead of the industry.
It doesn't mean like I said, you give a piece of code, you get back, don't just copy and paste it. Just try to understand what it's doing as well. So you obviously build your skill, plus next time you know how to ask a question more efficiently, so that it will make your life even more easier.
To get some repetitive tasks
Yes,
done.
yes.
But just a quick answer at this point, I don't think anybody needs to scare that
Yes.
developer role will be.
But you need to learn how to use it. I
You
think.
need to
Yeah.
you need to learn how to use it, and then don't stay basic.
Yeah. Yes.
You need
yes.
to become advanced.
Exactly.
Yeah. If
Basic-
you become stay basic,
Yeah.
basic part will be now done by AI,
Yeah,
right?
yes.
But if you become like an advanced developer,
Then it's not that
no,
easy. Right?
no.
I mean,
So you can safely build that career, and then
Yes.
once you build that career again, developer builds AI, right?
yeah.
So that's the kind of thing I think about. It will be the last professional that will be replaced completely.
Yes. It should be.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, I mean, there's a lot of information you have provided. I think definitely going to help a lot of our listener here. Yeah, because we all have our own personality, and different personality matches to different person. But especially as a being international student, our all path is same. We come here, we struggle, we grind, we have a working in the different industry. When I was working as a cleaner, warehouse boy, kitchen hand, everything.
Yeah. You have to do everything.
Yeah, and then you struggle. You have to do all this struggle. I was even sleeping in the park.
Yes.
Another time history, right? But we should not make those as an excuse.
Yeah.
We should make that pain as a fuel.
Yes,
So how long do I want to do this?
Yeah, I think
I wanna
that's
get
a
out of
very
that.
good point, because when, like, I used to be more motivated by the amount of like
Pain and the
pain.
struggle.
Yeah, that would be very motivating. Okay, if I am doing like this, why? And then when you start to see results, even in uni, like you're getting better than like like for example, local students who just have to study.
Yeah.
Then that will be the best motivation you have.
True.
I mean, you can.
It's
not,
all about
yeah.
just a small mindset,
Yes.
isn't it? Very small. My mentor says that always, make your pain a fuel.
Yes, yes, that is, I completely agree with that. I didn't have word to say that, but that is so very true. You
Yeah,
need,
true.
yeah.
And that's what we are, right? We are here to thrive, so we
Yeah,
don't want to
I
settle
mean,
in low.
There's two ways, right? Either you just get demotivated by this and then just end
go
up whatever
depressed.
you're doing, or to get motivated and make a better life for yourself. So
Exactly.
it's all in your hand.
True.
You have to choose a path.
Yeah. If
Obviously-
you don't find the path, find the mentor.
Yes.
No excuse there too.
And obviously you have different amount of hard work and like things that you have to put in. So you just have to make that decision.
True, very true. Okay, so as a let's say you have built your career from working into the, let's say, hospitality to like software industry. What is the advice do you want to give to anybody? It could be student who is in the early stage of the university, have completely finished the degree, and there are a lot of students who have completed degree in 12, 14, 18, but the life has taken them into the wrong direction. Let's say not wrong direction, different direction. That's why maybe they are just settled as a manager or any other unfulfilling role. They wanted to switch their career. They want to go back to what they always wanted to become. What advice do you want to give it to them?
Yeah, I mean, if it is for students, I would say when you are in uni, you need to try and find internships. Don't just go after money. Don't go after temporary things. You have to find internship. If not, at least find mentors who can help you. Do boot camps, do something that will add value. When you go in uni, don't expect them to teach everything. Just find something who can like help you, actually help you. Right, like boot camps, these kinds are very, very important in today's world. And for other people who have taken different path and want to
Go back to
yeah,
their
go
passion,
back to
because
their passion.
you know, once you have that passion
Yeah.
in the past,
Yeah.
and then you probably making like a really good money.
Yes.
You're going to the company organization, you may be the in the higher rank, but it doesn't satisfy you because your passion, you know,
Yes.
it's like you wanted to become technologist and
Yeah.
then
So just I think follow the passion. For that you again need mentor, because here it's not like, okay, I have passion, I'll get a job. Doesn't work that way, right? You need to have this path.
yeah, you
And
need
it's
the
not
roadmap.
straight roadmap. It could be you have to do this in your resume. You have to write this cover letter. You have to maybe apply these kind of jobs. You need to apply how to apply jobs, like
And then get the skill first before that.
Yeah, exactly. And then obviously if you don't have skill, there's no
Yeah.
doesn't work.
Yeah.
So these kind of, if you have passion, and for students as well, just try to find these kind of information which is really important. Then I think it will be, it's not impossible.
Yeah,
It is hard but not impossible. Right?
That's very, very important point. Yeah, it is hard, but it is not
Yes.
impossible.
If you think everything is hard,
True.
you have to work for everything to achieve something.
True.
If it is easily achievable, what's
Then
the point? It's not even fun, right?
Exactly, it's not even fun. And if it is easy to learn, it is easy to be replaced again.
Exactly.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
So true, very true. And also, as an international student,
Yeah.
any specific advice to international student who has recently come or planning to come overseas, or anything for specific to international IT student? Any advice do you want to give from your experience?
Who want to come?
Anybody.
Anybody. I mean, like I said, at uni you will learn basic skills, but you need some kind of practical hands-on experience who can provide it, right?
Okay, guys, we are towards the end. So, do you have any topics do you like to cover that we did not discuss here, which could be valuable?
Yeah, I think, like I said, as a international or any student who are looking for these opportunities, the base knowledge you learn in university, it's hard for you to land a job from there. So you need to build skills on top of that. So for that, you can't just assume, okay, I've got good marks and then I'll get a job. That doesn't work. So you need to put in your effort, and you need right mentorship. So for example, even DOAD, they provide like, from what I've seen and what I've heard from a lot of feedback from different students, it's a very good opportunity for students to invest something which will help you to get a very good, like not just financially, but just even for your career wise, in the long term, it will be very, very helpful. So I think these things we have covered a lot, but mentorship in the beginning to show you the path, it's a very
Priceless.
yeah.
It's a
You can,
priceless.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
you like, time is like it goes and then it doesn't come back, right? So you need to get these correct things at a correct time. That, and obviously, if for example DOAD provides you 50% of the thing, you have to put another 50% effort
Yeah,
to get there.
true.
Yeah. So
Yeah, thank you for that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not a problem.
And guys, yeah, he has been providing a lot of value, guys. Thank you for staying all the way to the end. I hope you're really getting a lot of value. Take from somebody who has already gone through the same path that you are going ahead, and take the advice and start implementing it, so that the career building path at least should come down to half of the time. Okay, I wish you good luck with that, guys. And I always ask my guest, is there any question do you want to ask me?
Um, yeah, probably I don't have anything specific, but I heard about dental code from a lot of people as well. So I would like to maybe learn more about it, to see, like, my judgment is I'm not promoting anything, but if I find value in something, I would obviously recommend other people as well. So probably I would like to maybe learn more about what kind of things that you provide,
Okay, so
and what is the pathway that you follow.
so basically what I do is that, because I also came as an international student, I built my career,
Yeah.
and I have been into the same shoes as a lot of international students. And I'm in the both side, hiring talent as well as being hired, and also helping other people get hired. So I kind of exactly know what it takes to get hired.
Yeah.
So I assess the student, provide necessary skills, provide necessary support until they get the job. So that was the very basic level. So anybody who wants to build a career in especially software industry,
Yeah.
they can just connect to me or Dented Code, and we exactly show them how we do it, and then they can decide whether it is good fit for them or not.
Yeah, that's good. I think this is a very, I think obviously you are helping everyone, but even for our local community, it's a very good thing.
Yeah.
Because people like our local people don't see the value of themselves, and I think I have heard some students who passed out from the net code as well, who have landed a job already. So I probably want to thank you as well to adding value to our community and helping them.
That's the main goal. Making the community one of the best community.
Yes. Because people are
amongst the
talented, right? You
community.
just have to unlock that talent.
That's all we try
Exactly.
to do. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Again,
think-
thank you so much. Yeah.
No worries.
Thank you so much for coming to the show
Yeah, thank you
and
for having me.
sharing a lot of valuable information. As I said, guys, before, take some advice and implement that. And if they need to reach out to you, how they can reach out to you.
Yeah, you guys can connect me on LinkedIn.
We'll always put that in the
Yes.
screen. Yeah.
I think that would be the best way to connect, because I'm mostly active on LinkedIn. I
All
think
right,
that is
guys.
the best.
You can definitely reach out to him in the LinkedIn if you have any help, whatever he can help,
any
he can help.
queries, yeah.
And then again, thank you so much, guys, again for staying all the way to the end. Take some advice and then save your time. So until then, I'll see you next. Bye for now.
Thank you.
Hey guys, thank you so much for staying all the way to the end. I hope you got really a lot of value from our conversation today. So if you have any suggestion, please write into the comment section. I'll read them all. I'll see you next.